Graham here, living the dream on Sunday the 13th of October 2024, and welcome guys to the Sandals Halcyon here in Saint Lucia, our room which is 604, and I'll talk a lot more about that in a later episode. But it's Sunday morning, Phil and I have got no idea what we're doing today because we're not going to do a terrible lot. But day one of Saint Lucia 24 starts here, and if you want to watch this video, well, you're coming with us guys.
Hi, I'm Graham, and this is my wife Fiona, and we have always had a work hard, play hard philosophy. From London to New York, and of course the Caribbean, we live our dream through travel. And of course, the odd cocktail. And here on YouTube, we create our memories while living our dream. So come and join us as we share our memories with you. Making the extremely long journey next door to check in on Michael and Donna. We find that Donna has stubbed her toe once again and was clearly in a lot of pain. Poor Donna. So being the true friends that we are, we just decided to leave Michael and Donna to sort out their morning, which I think included a trip to the on-site nurse here at the Sandals Halcyon, leaving Fiona and I to head to breakfast. And this morning it was going to be the Bayside, where we had dinner last night on our first evening here at the Sandals Halcyon St Lucia. Just to set the scene, that our room is situated right outside the Crystal Lagoon. In fact, our room is called a Crystal Lagoon Walkout Swim Up Room. It is at the back resort, which makes it nice and super quiet, which is perfect for Fiona and I. But it does mean we've got quite a bit of a walk to the main part of the resort, where the Bayside is, where we're heading for breakfast. And just a reminder guys, that we have done a full resort and a room tour from about 4 rooms in this resort, which is the Sandals Halcyon St Lucia. Just go back to video number 293. As we approach this small beach at the Sandals Halcyon, you will recognise it because I've done quite a few of my introductions during this video series right at this part of the beach. And just in case you're wondering, the island that you can see in the distance is known as Rat Island. I've got no idea why. I don't think there are any rats on it. Michael and I did joke about swimming out to it a couple of times, but due to the amount of jellyfish and the really strong currents, we decided to give it a miss, including taking a kayak out to Rat Island. And this is the jacuzzi that Fiona, Michael, Donna and I enjoyed during a couple of evenings, even one evening taking a time lapse of the setting sun. And this guys is the gazebo with the offending step where poor Donna stubbed her toe. But what is most ironic about it is this gazebo is also where Donna and Michael retook their wedding vows on their 25th wedding anniversary. And later on this month, at the time of editing this episode, in early November 2024, Fiona and I will be 2 years away from our 25th wedding anniversary. And we have plans to retake our vows at the Sandals Grand Saint Lucia, but you never know, things might change between now and then. And for those of you who have watched our resort and room tour here from the Sandals Halcyon St Lucia, you will know that the pier in front of me is Kelly's Dockside, one of our favourite restaurants on site at this fantastic little resort. And right next to the main pool here on the resort is the Bayside restaurant, where Fiona and I are heading for breakfast right now. And for those of you who visited other Sandals resorts and ate at the Bayside restaurant for breakfast, you will know that it is a buffet restaurant with all the usual hot and cold food, including an omelette station. And yes guys, it is very good, setting you up for the day. And straight after breakfast, Fiona and I headed back to the room to get ready for lazing beside the pool and doing very little on this Sunday in St Lucia. But you know what that means, guys, there's very little video content to bring you when Fiona and I are simply relaxing. But right now we're heading to pick up some towels, which was absolutely no problem here at the Sandals Halcyon. After a morning of doing absolutely nothing and therefore burning no calories whatsoever, yes guys, it was time for Fiona and I to meet Donna and Michael to head to the beach bar for some lunch. And I would like to say for our first alcoholic drink of the day, but I think Fiona and I had mimosas at breakfast. I'm sure you'll forgive us. After all, it was our first day here at the Halcyon St Lucia. Donna gets Caesar salad. Let's just take this as the one and only time Donna will eat Caesar salad. Fiona's gone for the
quesadillas, chicken quesadillas.
Quesadillas. They look good. The boys have gone for burgers.
Jack Daniels vodka.
And after lunch, guys, we headed to the beach bar for dessert, which translates into cocktails. And on Sunday evening, while the sun set, we headed to the jacuzzi to enjoy a glass of champagne or two. Cheers! And And we finished off Sunday night at Mario's, which of course is the Italian restaurant. And that's it, guys, for Sunday and our first full day at the Sandals Halcyon Saint Lucia. So I'm going to leave you with some photographs that I took throughout today.
Good morning on Monday, the 14th of October 2024, and as you can see, I'm taking an early morning walk on the beach today. Fiona's still in bed snoozing. No idea what we're going to get up to today, but I can tell you this, guys, it ain't going to be very much. And if you continue to watch this episode, you'll be joining Fiona and I on our second full day here at the Sandals Halcyon Saint Lucia. Set up our towels for the day at the spot on the lagoon. Not exactly the same spot that we had yesterday, but only a few feet away from it, so not too bad. Somebody was clearly up earlier than me this morning, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a wander back to the room, see what Fiona's up to, and then we will think about heading over to the Bayside for breakfast. Now the Bayside here for breakfast is a buffet restaurant. You'll have seen that in many of our Sandals videos, and also you can go to for a la carte breakfast dining at Kelly's, which is just there on the pier. We'll definitely do that at some point during this vacation. In fact, Fiona and I were at Kelly's, at the piano bar in Kelly's, until 11:45 last night, and if you're probably hearing it in my voice, there was definitely far too much fun being had here at the Sandals Halcyon St Lucia last night. Anyway, let's get Monday underway.
This, guys, is the Crystal Lagoon, the latest addition to this resort, and I believe it is one of the longest lazy river type pools here in the Caribbean. I'm not sure how true that is, but Sandals like to think it is. And with Fiona up and about, it was time to head back to the Bayside for breakfast. And I'm not sure this breakfast was any healthier than yesterday, but who cares? We're on vacation. And after breakfast, Fiona and I did go for a walk on the beach. We didn't take much footage, except Fiona managed to catch these little birds jumping in and out of the water next to Kelly's dockside. But this was, guys, the only footage that we recorded on Monday and day 2 of our Saint Lucia 24 adventure. However, I did manage to catch a really nice time-lapse sunset that we took next to the jacuzzi while enjoying night 2 with a bottle of champagne and fantastic friends. After the sun went down, you would have found us back at the bayside, which I have to admit wasn't really where we wanted to be this evening. However, the challenge that we had this year was booking restaurants, either here at the Sandals Halcyon or the other two Sandals resorts, the La Toc or the Grand. However, I do want to make it clear that there is nothing wrong with the bayside. The food is absolutely excellent, as you can see here from our main courses. Donna had really wanted to go to the French restaurant at La Toc, and I felt so disappointed for Donna that we never managed to make it to the French restaurant at La Toc during our entire Saint Lucia 24 adventure. So as we move on to dessert, I'm going to bring Monday to a close. I'm going to leave you in a second with a little bit of the entertainment here at the Halcyon, and then I'm going to move on to some photographs that we took throughout today. It's Tuesday morning, the 15th of October 2024, and as you can see, I'm standing on one of the many bridges across the lazy river that runs past our room here at the Sandals Halcyon, Saint Lucia. So Tuesday today, we're going to book a taxi just after breakfast. We're going to head down to the duty-free mall at the Castries port, before then heading up to the mall at Rodney Bay. The girls want to do some shopping. We'll then head back to the resort here and spend the afternoon lazing around the pool or the beach, and then this evening we're going to the Bombay, which is of course the Indian restaurant at the Sandals Grand St. Lucian, which you've seen many times here on the channel before. So my plan right now was to head to reception and book a taxi. Now guys, there are plenty of taxi firms in St. Lucia that you can just contact directly yourself, and we've done that in the past. However, the guy that we've used over the years is no longer working as a taxi driver. So I thought the easiest thing to do was simply to go to the reception or the lobby desk here at the Sandals Halcyon and book a taxi. At least it would be a Sandals approved taxi, therefore it would be a decent car and a reliable driver that we can negotiate several sectors with this morning. And it wasn't long until our driver arrived in his brand new Lexus SUV. And as usual, I called shotgun, in a bid of course to try and bring you some better video content, with our first sector being from the Sandals Halcyon down to the port of Castries, where there was a pretty good duty-free mall. For point of reference, the Sandals Halcyon Resort is based on the beach side of the main road that leads from Castries north to Rodney Bay. The stretch of road outside the Halcyon is a dual carriageway. So that means every time you leave the resort to go south, you've got to go north for a mile, go round this roundabout outside Audi Saint Lucia, and then head south again towards Castries, the capital of Saint Lucia. And less than 10 minutes after leaving the resort, we were on the road heading into Castries that runs parallel to the runway at the airport. And just like every other time that I've driven past this little airport near the city centre of Castries, yep, there were no planes. As we approached the security gates at the duty-free mall at the port of Castries, we realised that there was a cruise liner in. This isn't what we really wanted to see today. Cruise liners normally come to Castries on a Wednesday or maybe a Thursday, but we weren't expecting one today, being Tuesday. This means that the duty-free mall here at the port is going to be a lot busier than we were expecting today. And yes guys, being a cruise ship and a duty-free mall, that means there's going to be lots of old people, Zimmer frames and even wheelchairs. Probably us in another 15 to 20 years. And that, guys, is the reason I refuse to go on a cruise. Anyway, back to today. The taxi driver was going to be dropping us off outside the front of the mall. I would then get his mobile, or should I say cell phone number from him, and I would use this to call him to come and pick us up and take us to the Rodney Bay Mall in a few hours' time. Okay, let's make it absolutely clear here, guys. Michael and I hate shopping. From memory, there was a nice little bar at the end of the shopping mall here at the Port of Castries, and that is exactly where Michael and I are heading right now. And the bar that I was heading for was still there. Thank goodness, cold beer wasn't far away. But that first cold piton will have to wait, because I'm going to take you over to the shore and let you see the Port of Castries. And for reference, guys, Piton is the local beer here in Saint Lucia, and it is very good. So after Michael and I consumed a couple of more cold Pitons, we went back to the front of the mall and met up with the girls before calling the taxi driver to come and pick us up and take us to the mall at Rodney Bay. Leaving the duty-free mall at Castries and seeing that massive floating tin can that masquerades as a cruise liner still doesn't inspire me to take a Caribbean cruise, which in my opinion is just shuttling between the same old Caribbean towns that you will find in any of these islands in this part of the world. And as we reached the small airport here at Castries, you guessed it guys, there wasn't an aeroplane in sight. Typical. Anyway, we're now en route to the mall at Rodney Bay, which would take us approximately 25 to 30 minutes. As we reached Rodney Bay, our driver took us on a little bit of a tour to show us what had changed in this part of the island since we last visited it. While Fiona, Donna, Michael and I were in Saint Lucia in October 2020, it was right at the start of the pandemic, guys, and the result was the island was pretty well closed. So as we stepped out of the car, this was the first time that we had visited the mall at Rodney Bay in more than 5 years. And as we expected, some stores were no longer there, some were thriving, and as you'll see shortly, the mall had a bit of a makeover. And it's in this part of the mall that there's been a lot of investment made. And I have to admit, they've made a massive improvement, despite a lot of the stores no longer being here anymore. The Magpie sisters were of course looking for a particular store that would attract their beady eyes to little shiny things. But unfortunately, the Colombian Emeralds here at the Rodney Bay Mall was definitely a casualty of the pandemic. And the ironic thing was, guys, this afternoon I was the only one that bought anything at the Rodney Bay Mall. Yep, after finding the American Polo outlet store, I managed to buy some t-shirts. I was happy, the girls weren't, so we simply called the taxi to take us back to the Halcyon. Back at the Halcyon, we planned a pretty relaxing afternoon. And our relaxing afternoon back at the Halcyon would start with a pizza. And in every Sandals we've visited, either here in Saint Lucia, Antigua or Grenada, the pizza has always been very good. However, not so at the Halcyon in our opinion. The order process simply took ages at the little pizza van. I'm genuinely struggling to remember how long it did take, as it's now over a month since we're back from our vacation in Saint Lucia, but I'm sure it was over 45 minutes. The pizza menu choice was also not great at this particular resort, and as for the pizza themselves, nah, they weren't great either. Sorry Sandals Halcyon, I'm just being very honest, we didn't go back.
Okay, it's Tuesday night, guys, and Fiona, Donna, Michael and I are going to be heading over to the Sandals Grand to the Bombay, which of course is the Indian restaurant. I was going to take you with us and go through the inter-island hotel transfer system that Sandals have here in St Lucia, but we're going to actually head back to the Grand tomorrow to hang out there for the day before coming back here to go to Kelly's tomorrow night. So what I'm going to do is close the video here, leave you with some photographs that I took down at the port of Castries and whatever I take later at the Bombay. I'm going to finish this episode and we'll start the next episode, which for us is tomorrow and Wednesday, when we'll head over to the Grand for the day, and I'll take you with us. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon if you want to continue to follow Fiona, Donna, Michael and I as we enjoy St Lucia 24.
All of the Bombay restaurants that we visited at Sandals are very good, and as a result, the one at the Grand is absolutely fantastic, guys. We've simply never had a bad Indian meal at the Bombay at Sandals. As our main courses arrive, guys, as I said in the introduction to this segment, I'm going to bring this episode to a close now. And of course, our fun at the Sandals Halcyon St Lucia continues in the next episode. So I'm going to finish today and Tuesday with a montage of photographs that I took throughout the day. Thank you so much for watching.